And we're gonna kick off the event with just a few introductions. Over on that wall is Commissioner Alan Springer, and with us that are actually going to speak today, Commissioner Mary Starrett, Commissioner Stan Primizich, Jerry Wilson, our Veterans Services Officer. Tim is our new sheriff, doesn't plan on speaking, but is here to talk with you if you have any questions. And Silas is Health and Human Services Director. Very good. Also here to answer questions if you need them. But to get this ball rolling, I would like to hand the microphone and the podium over to Commissioner Mary Starrett.
Thank you, Brian. Well, thank you all for being here, and thank you for your service. I just spoke to two gentlemen over there, and one of them has 6 brothers, and all of them have been in the service, and there are 70 years of service between them. And between his friend, he and his friend over there, he started out in the Navy, went to the Air Force, started out in the Marines, and went to the Air Force. Lots of service in this room. Thank you all for your service. When Brian first came to me with this idea and said that this was something that was being tried in Klamath County with great success, I was so impressed with the fact that he, as a clerk with an awful lot to do, was willing to take this on as another project. Many hours, lots of people involved, and any of those who've been involved, we've been knocking on doors and trying to get merchants involved in this. But really, my thanks is to Brian for even thinking about this. This is one of those things we talk about wanting to help veterans. What is it that we do? Well, this was a concrete thing that we could do. So in our county, we can honor our veterans by saying we'll do whatever we can to have our merchants honor you by giving you discounts and special recognition. So that's what this is all about. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your service. And most of all, just to really appreciate the fact that you have defended our country and that you have many years behind you. We're seeing lots of guys and women coming back, and they also have some challenges, and we hope that you'll be there for them as well. Thank you.
Thank you. And next, Jerry Wilson, Veterans Services, Yamhill County.
It's very important that not only this program, but also that you put your DD-214 on file. I cannot tell you how many times I get relatives and parents and stuff come into my office and needing a copy of a DD-214 because you need a DD-214 if you wanted to be buried in Willamette National Cemetery. And time is of essence. So unfortunately, the National Personnel Record Center does not move very fast. They have over 50 million veterans records there. So it takes a while to get a request like that. But if you got it on file, you can come right down here and get it. One thing to be advised, if you come down and you want to apply for us to send off for your DD-214, we can do that. There was a fire in 1973 at the National Personnel Record Center, so some veterans' records got burned up. So if you get a reply back from them with a questionnaire to fill out, it's basically they want you to recreate your service time. And when you do that, they will issue you a military certificate that Lisa is handing over there. It's basically a generic form. Will have a seal on it, but it's just as good as a DD-214, and it is accepted at any VA facility or any kind of benefit that you want to apply for. Okay? So if you need that DD-214, please come over to see me. I was telling Dave earlier, I didn't realize how valuable that was until I got a request from a lady who wanted to get a copy of her grandfather's World War I separation paper. And lucky enough, Yamhill County County Clerk had a copy on file that was filed in 1919.
Wow.
So,
Brian's first term, I believe.
so that really impressed me. And if you want any questions or have any questions about VA benefits, please give me a call or stop by my office. Thanks.
Thank you. And next, Stan Primizich, newest commissioner.
Thank you, Brian. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here today. Served in Vietnam myself, 64, 65, and 66, and now as the newest commissioner, being the liaison to the Veterans Affairs Office is one of my joyful duties. So I will also be available to any veteran who wants to have questions answered. Jerry obviously is the go-to person, and his office is over in the Human Resource office, Health and Human Services office. And Jerry is, I serve on a committee for the state that I go to every month, and his name is well known in the state of Oregon as being one of the sharpest veteran services people in the state. So we have a real resource here, and I hope all of you will take advantage of having Jerry's expertise here. As you can see, I'm trying really hard to keep up with him dress-wise, but it's not working. So, but I really appreciate everybody coming out today. This is a fantastic opportunity for Yamhill County to honor our veterans, and we're going to continue to work to get more and more of our merchants to jump on board, so that when you walk in and you show that card, they're going to welcome you with open arms, and as you should be. And those who served in Vietnam know what it was like when we came back. They told us don't leave the base with our uniforms on. So times are different now, and it's thankfully so. And it's time that you are honored for the service. So thank you very much for being here today, and thank you, Brian, for putting this together.
Commissioner Springer?
Well, I'd like to have Sheriff Swenson talk a little bit about the reserve program and the interfacing we're doing with that. And on top of that, through economic development, we're encouraging businesses to interface with this on the returning veterans and to be a priority for work. And without them, without you and your service, we wouldn't be the nation that we are today. And we want to acknowledge that. So I turn it over to the sheriff to give a little update on that.
Yeah, thanks, Commissioner. Yeah, we stride ourselves within the Sheriff's Office to hire as many veterans as we can, especially ones coming back from Iraq. They have the discipline, they have the training, they have the expertise, and they're looking for a job. We currently have 2 employees that are deployed. One is over in Afghanistan right now, and one is serving stateside, but on a 3-year deployment. So we're very supportive of that. A new piece that we brought in that Commissioner Springer talked about is we have a lot of people that serve in the local National Guard here that are looking for those part-time jobs, trying to get themselves a foot in the door, but they're going to school, they got other things going on, but they're looking for a part-time job. So we've opened up some opportunities within our reserve program to serve over in the courthouse. We've sent stuff out to the local workforce, Oregon, out to the Armory. I think we've got information over to Jerry, and the hopes is to get a good core of people who have the qualifications that are willing to work those part-time hours for a low wage while they're going to school and while they're continuing their service. So hopefully this program will bring in a lot of good candidates that will allow us to also pick from in the future when we have openings within our office. So I appreciate all the service you guys have done. My grandpa served in World War II. My dad served in the Army. I went straight from college, from high school to college and into the profession I'm at right now. But I appreciate the service that you guys have provided to us, and we'll continue to do our efforts within our office to make sure that we meet the needs of veterans when they return. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Jobs angle? You want 2 seconds?
Sure. Good morning. My name is Robert Earhart. I'm the Veterans Employment Representative for the WorkSource Yamhill over by the Chemeketa College across the street from the Willamette Valley Medical Center. Obviously, there's a lot of veterans hiring initiatives with employers all across the county, all across the state, and we are trying to connect veterans of all ages looking for part-time work, full-time work with those opportunities. I have some brochures for the intensive services that I can provide, as well as one of the programs we have called Experience Works for veterans over the age of 55, job seekers over the age of 55, looking for part-time work and additional training. That's a great program for low-income individuals, and we can definitely connect you with that opportunity through our office, and we've got some information here today. If you have any questions, I'll be available.
Very good.
Thank you.
Sir. And then just as a way to wrap up, I want to hit a few highlights of what's going on today. I want to say a few thank yous and just try to answer a few questions if I could. Lisa McCracken, here today from the Veterans Office. From a geography standpoint, you're sitting in the clerk's office right now. The next building over is what we affectionately call the White House. That's where the commissioner's offices are. A little farther down is the community center. If you're standing on the steps of the community center looking across the street, you're looking at the Veterans Office. Paul Partridge is not here today. Lisa and Paul have been instrumental in getting this program off the ground and active and rolling. Another person that is not here today that was invaluable is Consuelo Christensen, or some people call her Connie. She's been beating the streets, getting merchants signed up, and visiting the Legion and VFW posts, and trying to get the word out that this is going on. But she has a full-time job now instead of 3 part-time jobs. She's got a full-time job now, so she's probably going to show up either later this afternoon or tomorrow. I would like to acknowledge the 3 commissioners. Mary Sterrett, as soon as she heard about the program, jumped right in and started doing whatever she could to get this thing going. And I really wanted to thank them for all their work in getting this rolling. I wanted to thank everyone from the VFWs and American Legions that got the word out too. And this is going to be an ongoing process of not only talking to more veterans to let them know that this program is up and live, but we also want you to drop into your favorite merchant. If they're not signed up already, let them know that this is happening. And it's a simple process, and it's free for both halves. We're not charging the veteran to get their card. We're not charging the merchant to be on the list.
But it's free advertising for the merchant.
It's actually better than free because they're getting the benefit of being listed on the Veterans website. So any one of you can today go onto the Yamhill County Veterans Services website and see the list of merchants that are up there already, and they plan on updating that as we add the merchants. You can leave here today with a list. Right behind these gentlemen is a list of the current merchants and some contact information for some of them. The Oil Can Henry's in town is one of the merchants, and they have a coupon for you to take home. So please do that. Aside from the other literature, there's information about how people can get involved in the county. You know, if you're looking for something to do, a way to get involved yourself, there's some information about the CERT program. Just spend some time. Most of you know already that the program hinges on a couple of details. The primary detail, like Jerry was saying, the clerk's office has to have a certified DD-214 on our files to make this work. So Lisa is here. One of the tasks that Lisa is going to do is help those that don't have a DD-214. She's going to help you get one, see if she can help you track one down. But that is the first key to make this work. We have to have a recordable, so it's got to be original or a certified copy that we can file in our records. That's how this whole hinges. Is we need a document in our records, and that stays private. Only you and your spouse ever get to see that. That's not a public record, but we need to have it on file so that we can then make the card. That's the hinge on which all of this rests. We'll then take your photo. We've got 2 photographers that are donating a couple of days of their time. Jeff Van Bergen from, he has a real job too, but his photography company is called Enigma Photography. And Tim Van Bergen and Tracy also is here to help. She's not only going to help take the photos, but she's going to be running your forms back and forth and going to be helping. These folks have donated the next 2 days to help veterans with this process. So Tim works at Climax Portable Machine Tools in Newburgh. Jeff works at Konica Minolta up in Portland, and Tracy.
I'm a freelance hair and makeup artist.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that. The donation, putting your time together to do it.
So it will take a little time. So we do ask you to fill out the forms. Mr. Galper's been here a week or so ago already, filled out his form. He's getting his picture done. So we just need to work through those steps. This front office staff needs to have your photo ID to make sure that you are who you say you are. We need to have either a DD-214 on file, or you need to bring one in, and we need to take a picture. And so we need to get those things all rolled up. And what we're promising everyone is that when you leave here with your photo ID card, everyone will know that you are a legitimate veteran. You're not going to be stealing someone's valor, and we can prove that. But the hinge side of that is you are the one that's going to decide when someone knows you are. We're not going to publish the list of who you are. We're not going to publish your address. We're not going to publish your names. This is one of those opportunities for you to choose who you tell and when you tell. That's one of the benefits of having a card rather than a form. You can carry it with you wherever you want. The other benefit is it's right here in Yamhill County. You can come back here and get a duplicate if you need. If you wash it and it gets destroyed, come back and we'll get you another one for free. Questions?
World War II vets do not have a DD-214. Those didn't come out till 1950.
Yeah.
We only have the separation notice.
That's fine.
That's fine.
And last summer we got to do the honor flight, so it would be nice if once in a while we pushed that, because they're dying off quite rapidly, and it is a wonderful experience. I just can't tell you how wonderful they treat those people. Going back to the World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C., when you fly in, they have the fire trucks with the water, and they fly under that. And when you come in the airport, you would think you're some king or something. They just have volunteers all through that, John Foster Dulles International or whatever it is. And the whole trip is just, I just can tell you how well that, and it'd be so nice for most of them that have served to be able to have that honor. And it's called Honor Flight. And,
Glad you're able to go.
And American Legion in McMinnville has sent quite a few. But it takes
Get Peggy over there, she's been heading that operation up.
Honor Flight of Oregon, yes, I'm the local representative for it, and any World War II veteran is eligible automatically. Just have to be a World War II veteran. We're not taking Korea yet. We're running out of World War II, but we're not quite out yet. There's a flight leaving, I think, on the 14th of April. There's another one going the 31st of May, and there will be one in October, because we still have 39 veterans in the valley here that are eligible and signed up. So,
and only
yeah,
the Guardian has
September
to pay. The World War II are free.
Excellent.
And I wanted to add just one word. You know, our paper says separation across the top. That means we're still available. I've been thinking about terrorizing the recruiters.
A friend of mine in Missouri mentioned that they've run out of World War II veterans, and they are sending Korean and Vietnam veterans. So that may be where we're going to end up too.
I should clarify, when I say DD-214, I mean separation papers, because it will be different depending on what's going on and what service and when. And
Now I understand. Numbers don't mean much to me. But I have the papers.
perfect. The like we mentioned earlier, the records go back to 1917 here in this office, and they go back that far, and they're still physically here.
How many World War II vets do we have here this morning? Let's stand up, please. Let's give them a round of applause.
And to wrap up, I just want to say one thing. Commissioner Goldenberg, 2 minutes? Second thing?
Oh, you want me to go before or after?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you guys probably noticed that we're using portrait cameras here. if you would like a copy of the image that we took of you, get our contact information, Tim or myself. I have some business cards here, contact the clerk, and we will make that image available to you at its full resolution for whatever your personal preference. They won't be posted online, they won't be available anywhere unless by individual request.
Thank you very much. So this is just a note to wrap up. This is from our Representative Goldberg. He represents the west corner of Yamhill County. And he says that it is never too late to honor and welcome a hero home. As the proud son of a U.S. Army Air Corps veteran, I respect and truly admire the men and women that have selflessly dedicated their lives to preserve our liberty. The Veterans Recognition Program cannot return the time a soldier spent away from their family or erase the horrific memories they retain, but they can remind each soldier that their loyalty is not forgotten. Veterans have many skills and they make meaningful contributions to society. These men and women are the leaders of today and tomorrow. There is no way that we can repay the sacrifices that they have made. My parents spent their working lives in the military. I will remember my father's absences and my mother's challenges. I'm thankful for the acts of kindness from the Veterans Recognition Program and to the local businesses involved. Veterans deserve our support when they are in need, just as they have helped us when the country was in need. Your warmth and appreciation remind every service family that they are remembered and respected. And that is true. You all are remembered and respected, and this is what this is all about. We remember, we respect, and we're trying to get you connected with the merchants around the county that do as well. So, if you will, there's cookies, coffee, there's water behind Rob, all sorts of little things. For each of you, it'll just take a moment to get your ID card processed. We're working on a few. We've got Ben's done right here. So we'll, if you want to pass it over to Ben. We'll get the rest of you worked through, and I'll bring those cards back out to each of you. But you're welcome to enjoy the cookies and beverages as you need. And restrooms are around the corner, and they are ambidextrous. Yeah.
Unisex.
Yes. So welcome, and we'll try to get these things sped through and get you on your way.
Seriously?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
You ready?
Thank you. Thank you.
We're trying to figure out
In the box.
Yes.